Is the microphone too far away? Too far away, that's what I say. I think the microphone's too far away. Must have got moved at the last second today. This pad sounds real loud. I'm gonna tilt it. So proud, America, America, this is you. Your home videos are so funny, oh, America, America, this is you. Oh yeah, none of these pictures are on the iPad for reference, so we're just going from memory, and I can't see out of these glasses. Let's fix that real quick. Real quick. Oh, for the love of God. Ripley! The headphones are way across the room still. This is the least most prepared ever. Take out a headphone and put in your ear. Wait for the lady to yell. Connected, dear. Device connected. Do you want to play a game? Do you want to play a game? Alright. What else are we missing? Ripples. What else are we missing? Probably just gonna go straight to ink, right? Don't need to sharpen nothing, do I? Just in case. Sharpening pencils, getting ready to go. Put them in this thing that you don't even know. I believe I can ink with this and then add color without causing too much of a bother. Stick this back in here. Will this work? Will this be crazy? This feels like it's going to be crazy. I'm going to pull this out. Make this less crazy. Good enough. Good enough. It's getting too warm in here. It's getting too warm in here. That's fine. That is fine. All right. Quick test. Test. That's not how you spell test. Test. All right. Seems to be going. Check, check. X. Oh, Mixer, why are you always a problem? Always a problem. Hey, Paproo. What do you do? Mixer never works. Does it work for you? Mixer is a turd. And some people call me curd. Anyway, where are my buttons? Let's get the buttons ready. Everything's ready, right? Ripley, sweetest angel. Hey, sweet angel. Space Gootie's here already. Pat Prew's here already. Can you please play that sweet, sweet intro for anybody who hasn't seen it before, and for those who love it, all the more. Oh, Ripley, I can already see from here that the chat box has gone too smaller again, and it hasn't. Yeah, I see you looking at it. Yeah, that was your fault. You should. Why was it normal before and now it's broken again? Oh, Ripley. Anyway, play the intro. We'll deal with this as we go. I can't hear it, Ripley. I can't hear it. Do my headphones disconnect? They connect to my phone? Probably connected to my phone, I think.
There's no such thing as grownups.com.
Okay, yeah, the headphones connected to my phone. So that's no help whatsoever. We're off to a great start, Ripples. We're off to a great start. Anyway, it looks like the theme song is over. I'm gonna go to camera 1. Oh, and it's way out of sync. Oh, that chat box is normal. So now I have to use the mouse like a sucker. Like a sucker. So we're gonna go down. Camera 1. Click it. That is not camera 1. Ripley, you sabotaged me? Alright. Buffer, 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 buffer. Shaking my head at the same time as I'm shaking my head. Why not do it to the drawing page too? Why not? It's not that one. Page cam. And it's all buffered. It's all buffered. We're ready to go. Alright. Still fully washed out. I don't know. The reds in here are nice, right? But the reds of my face, they're not doing it. Okay, so anyway, this is this, right? You're there. Ripley, how's your chat box? Did it come back? Not the right thing. Click. Ripley, there you go. You fixed it. Oh, you are the sweetest, smartest angel. Meow. 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 I'm sure it was no big deal. I'm sure it was. But, I mean, seriously, I thought I was going to have to do stuff during the stream, and there you were, jumping in between. Forget why I pulled my phone out of the thing now. So I started rambling too much about imaginary characters. Was I going to try and fix the chat box with my phone instead of the mouse? Maybe I was. Maybe I was. It was to disconnect the headphones so I could hear stuff. Now I remember. Spleesh. Spleesh. Pat just thinks I'm the prettiest boy on the stream. Ahoy, ahoy. It's like a ship. It's not like a ship at all. What are you talking about? You're just making up rhymes for no reason whatsoever. Whatsoever at all. Like, there's not even a reason for it. I mean, nobody asked for it. Nobody's paying for it for sure. And, I mean, I'm still wearing this Mario outfit. You said that I was going to maybe be in a tank today. You're going to put me in a tank to save some time and or energy. Yeah, I was. But, time got away. Watching British TV. Forgot about things. Fiddle-dee-dee. Anyway, settings. Bluetooth. Sound mates. Forget about it. Forget about it, this device. Hey, over here. Oh, hey, forgot about it. Oh. Device disconnected. Hey, forgot about it. Oh. Then we'll clip this back into this little piece of nonsense. And then over here with the mouse, we'll click on this Bluetooth. Click on it again. We're going to click connect. Yeah, today we're just doing a tutorial on hooking up this headphone to the computer. Now, you can't hear that, I'm sure. Maybe you can, but I doubt it through the headphones. But the loudest voice in the world in these headphones that says, device connected. Sorry to startle you, delightful cat baby. Okay, so there. How was the storm in my area? Oh, Patty Prue, 101 plus 2. I'm in the magical land of Truro, as I've said time and time before. And in the magical land of Truro, storms don't beat down your door. Occasionally there's some wind and some snow and a little gore. Blustery types of snow drifts. Not much more. How long can I keep going with this rhyming scheme? I already switched over, but don't make this a meme. I think Clyde said that you guys had like 60 centimeters or something like that he had to go shovel. Whatever it was, he always gets a bunch in the woods there anyway. And no, we got lots of snow. Yes, I did have to spend, 20 minutes digging my car out of the shell of snow that it was in. But after that, it was like, if I had just waited another day, it all would have melted away anyway. But sometimes you're like, maybe I will actually take my car out during the snow. Yeah, that sounds about right, 1.5 feet. Yeah, no, we got like maybe this much, I guess. About this much, I don't know. But yeah, it's mostly all gone now, except for in the yards and whatnot, on lawns, etc. But speaking of semi-weather related little story bits, yeah, This was under my orange pop, and I just pulled it out Bill Murray style. I did make some notes this time so I wouldn't forget some things, because I've already forgotten them 17 times this week, and it's only Tuesday. But I'm going to put this button up. There, that feels professional, right? That's TV. All the buttons in use. So, I guess we can switch over to the other camera. Anyway, hi, my name is Curtis. If you're new, this is No Such Thing as Grown-Ups. Go to the website, follow the Instagram, of course. Make some sexy dinosaur books, poetry books. There's a podcast, just recorded a new episode. I'll probably get that out tomorrow or Thursday. These are my old glasses that I've been avoiding wearing. They're not actually that old. They're technically my newest glasses, but they hurt. They genuinely hurt my face. They're like 1,000 times lighter than my other solid plastic glasses. But oh my god, these little rubber things, I've bent them this way and that, and they feel like no matter what after a few minutes. There's like a 30 pound? Yes, that's good English. Or you maybe try to say a 35-pound weight on the middle of your nose, or the bridge, if you will. The taint of your face. That's good. That's a good one. No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, Patty Prue and another sub. Elephant sub. Paying for grub. If I get some more, I'll actually get that money in the door. But you don't for a while, cause I only make a few people smile. Something else. On Sesame Street. Now this feels too... Anyway. So, what was I going to say? I sidetracked away from my notes for a second. Oh, yeah. Anyway, my name is Curtis. No Such Thing as Grown-Ups that do things. This is Milo over here. He's a little cat. He used to be a real cat that was alive, and now he's not. But now I put a little mustache and hat on him so that he can talk whenever he wants to without lip sync. Shh. Secrets of lazy animators. Why do you excessively need to, again, keep bringing up that there's a corpse somewhere that represents me, or that I represent? I don't even know how this works. Are you Horcruxing me? Is this a Horcrux situation? Oh my god. I don't even... Am I a Slytherin? Please just don't tell me I'm a Slytherin. I just want to be better than a Slytherin. That's all. Oh, you're definitely Slytherin. That's, if there's anything... You're either a Hufflepuff or you're a Slytherin, because you're an idiot or you're evil, and I can't quite figure out which it is. You're either just too stupid to do bad things, and bad things just happen because of you, or you're actively being a bad person because you're a bad person. But it's hard, it's rough. And then over here we've got Major Penguin. He is a hobo drifter that Milo let in the house one day, and he never left. And he never left, even amongst moving. If you watch Morning Everybody on my YouTube channel, still everything's No Such Thing as Grown-Up. Yeah, No Such Thing as Grown-Ups. The whole origin story is there when I try to do a little talk show with animated characters. And yeah, Major P showed up. And Milo was the bane of my existence. There's some other characters floating around. I'm always trying to add some more and have fun with them. Before we talk about the weather for 2 seconds, it's not about the weather at all. It's about people doing weird stuff and weather happens to exist. Oh, I didn't bring it in here. But again, on the Instagram, I've definitely a few times done some live, not live, but Instagram stories, and the little videos or little pictures that say, hey, we're going to do a stream. At least one of them, if not two of them, have been a little piranha plant from that green pipe. Well, not that green pipe, but just like that green pipe from Mario. And it's a little puppet that's like, just a little bigger than my hand. It's just technically the perfect little size. It's a great little thing. Saw it at the video game store a little while before Christmas and was like, hey, guess what I just got for Christmas? What? A piranha plant? Really? Yeah. You're going to get that for me? I am. Cool. And then high-fived myself in the store. and made sure everyone watched. Everyone, look at me, buy myself a present while I'm out Christmas shopping. It's fine. It's fine. I'll let other people touch it. Not everybody, but I'll let a few people touch it. Not really. So whatever. I picked that up, and I thought it was just the greatest thing in the world. The greatest thing in the world. Again, I can't remember how much it was. It was in a bin, so it's hard for me to resist bins as well. But within the bin, I want to say it was like $29, which is right in my range of like, okay, yeah, this is dumb, but I'll waste $30 on something that I'm definitely going to play with / make weird little videos with, even just Instagram with more than once. If I was an influencer, that would be all the things that I did all day was just come up with dumb content and nonsense, which usually ends up being, hey, I bought something, or look at the food I'm going to eat. Watch me eat this food. Instead, I try to draw pictures. And you know what I do? You totally forget to switch over to the drawing camera, so you're just, basically waving your hand over a white piece of paper while you're acting like you're drawing things, and the inked picture starts to maybe kind of take shape. Anyway, hey everybody, my name is Milo, and this is no. Love it when he reacts to my hand. Oh man, but yeah, here's the drawing camera. Still, as always, it's a little light. It is a really light picture. Last night, I was going to do some Mario Maker streaming, and I just didn't quite feel like sharing my Mario fun with the world for a minute. Plus, I was kind of in the mood for, I always just call it Cat Mario, as Mario 3D Worlds, I believe is the proper name. It's right over there. It's just in the shadows, and I can't see it. But yeah, Space Goonie was all like, hey, I'm picking up Mario 3D Worlds. I've played it before. I'm like, that was the only game I had. I picked up the Nintendo Wii, or I traded my mini Nintendo for the Nintendo Wii U, I should say. The Wii seems like garbage to me. Of course, the Wii U also seemed like garbage, and now it's literally my most favorite thing in the whole world. And yeah, 3D Worlds is super fun. I totally forgot that you can play like actual like multiplayer, like all four people can play along, and you just like join in as you go. So I started to play with my controller, which I like very much for playing video games, and then I got to a certain level or whatever where it was like, hey, you're gonna have to like do stuff. So you're gonna have to switch over to the TV controller. Like, oh, but it's such a big TV. I just want to play Mario right now. I'm not in the mood. If I was gonna do that, then I would have streamed playing Mario Maker. That's the 100% the reason why I'm not streaming right now. I just want to play with the controller. Not a big crazy touchscreen. Touching and making stuff. I've been making stuff all day. I need a little break. And then yeah, 3D Worlds is like, no. Go over there. So I go over, I get the other controller, and then I end up playing a game of, hey old man, what's that? What's that we're talking about? How you're old and you're stupid. Yeah, I know. How am I old and stupid today? Because you can't figure out how to switch from this controller to that controller without ruining your entire night. Like, yeah, that sounds like old man talk to me. What's up? What's up, world? So I, of course, badoop. Hey, it's me, Luigi. What do you? I don't want you here, Luigi. I don't want you here. And I'm thinking like, well, whatever. I can still keep going. Like, nope. Luigi's in this controller. Mario's in the other controller. They're both on the screen. Poop, McPoop. So I don't quite realize how it works. I still don't quite realize how it works, honestly, because I also got, a little ways into the game, doing one of the Green Star challenges, and there's like these big giant, they got a weird name like Constridge, Ostrador, but whatever, it's some sort of condor type name, but they're big giant Does this help? Like drinking bird condors and they go, bow, 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 bow. And you gotta make sure you don't get hit with them. So the first few times I tried to kill them, I'm like, I guess you can't kill them. They're just an obstacle to avoid. And then, Green Star Challenge, how do I get the green star? There's just a bunch of birds here that are gonna murder me. Like, oh, you gotta jump on their heads when their heads are down. Like, oh, I didn't know that. I just did a bunch of levels that involved me just avoiding them. I could have had stuff. I could have had some stuff. So, blah, 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 bling, 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 blah. I get stuck. I don't, since I didn't actually change the controller, now I'm just like, now I just have Luigi with me, get into a level that isn't the level that wants you to use that TV thing, and I'm just like, all right, well, I guess I'll just get rid of Luigi. I'm just gonna get rid of Luigi. So I pick him up, throw him off a cliff. That's what you do when you're trying to get rid of somebody. Where I come from. Oh, jeez. So, kill him. He floats on back. Pop him out of his bubble. Chuck him again. Floats on back. And I was like, wait. The little logo men, they're like holding hands. They're like, hey, we're a team. We're a team and we only need one set of numbers for our free man's list. Like, no, why don't we have separate, hey, like, let's call, this death is coming from within inside the Marioverse over here. I can't kill a Luigi without killing myself. So then, I don't think I Googled it. I didn't Google it. I did Google something else. But then, yeah, I don't know. I went to something, a little toad somewhere told me, yeah, you just go here to switch your controller. Like, oh, obviously. And, which I've already forgotten. And, something else. Anyway, eventually get into one of these levels where it's like, all right, don't forget, like, touch the screen. Like, I'm already irritated enough by the fact that my hands are way over here and there's a whole screen. It's like, so it's like, I'm trying to use my TV and not this thing. Because then if I look at this thing, then I look up, then I'm blind. I can't see anything. So at least if I look up at the TV, I still have vision within the rest of the room if I look away from the TV. Don't get old, kids. Don't get old. It's the worst. It's the worst. Your glasses break and you're stuck wearing glasses that you hate. Hate them. Thursday, I'll go get my eyes checked. So that's the main thing. Like the blowing stuff, I'm like, you know what, that's fine. I can blow while I play a game. It surprised me. Definitely the first time, totally forgot about it. And then the second time was just like, what's going on here? Timer's gonna run out. There's a timer. How do I... Can't get this platform to raise. There's a bunch of fans. It's like, wait, I remember blowing on these fans and they go. But then a little toad voice or whatever is like, by the way, little guy, you can try using the touch and blow options whenever on all kinds of things. Just play with it and see what happens. Like, that's crazy. No. I'm trying to play a game. You're adding too many parts. Like, next thing it's just like, just use the foot pedals to, no. Like, this was the reason that I got the mini Nintendo instead of something like this. And I was right. But, for the most part, most of these games that I do have are Mario based. They use like two buttons or whatever. Not a big deal. But yeah, that's the one thing so far that I can't stand. And again, the same thing I thought that was weird when I'd see people playing with the DS, I believe it is, the one that has the stylus, a little pen. And it's like, what are you doing? Like play, tap, 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 play, tap, 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 play, tap, tap, play, tap, tap, play. No. And I realize that's the, hey, I'm old. I make one trip to one place once a day. I'm gonna, I optimize everything that I do. If I'm going towards the garbage can, I'm gonna grab anything in my path that could be throwing in the garbage. If I'm going towards the fridge, I'm going to grab anything that should go in the fridge, etc., etc. I'm always plotting back and forth throughout the apartment for the most efficient way for the least amount of button presses. Also, when I was doing game development, that was rule number one, was, all right, let's go through this, and how do we get rid of as many button presses or taps and swipes as we can. You want to get the user to whatever the thing is that will get them to the paywall the fastest, so that they're not burdened. They don't want to leave waiting for stuff to load, waiting for whatever, least amount of clicks. So that's how I run my life. Try to do everything in the least amount of clicks. I almost want to say least amount of steps. Like, oh, if I got a stepper, I would be using it in the most opposite way possible, where it's just like, I did it. I managed to run 300 errands, but I only did it, or I managed to do it in only 150 steps. Like, that's efficiency, you guys. So exactly, yeah, like little kids love poking at other things. And you know whose fault it is? Older people, the people's above us, above me anyway, the generation that made my generation's toys. And then those kids kept going with that. Because I didn't have a lot of those toys, because I had my own imagination. But most toys are so much, especially little kids' toys, they're all, it's all like learn how to grab and touch and see colors and just these busy boxes or whatever they're called. And it's like, yeah. If a kid's raised in a busy box, then he starts developing toys for other kids. He's going to add more boxes to be busy with. And then now you have the Wii and the whatever. So I am literally just like trying to finger and blow this controller. And I'm like, I'm just trying to play Mario. I am not on some sort of weird, bizarre future Big Bang Theory device date. Gross. He said while he draws a weird half-naked dinosaur lady. Everything's gross and everything's weird. Find your own grossness and have fun with it. So anyway, to answer your question from 19 minutes ago, Pat, what did I see? Oh, yes. So, snowed. I feel like it was while I was shoveling the car out, or I shoveled the car out, so it was still, the world was still encased, and I must have went to the grocery store or something. But I was by the car, I know that much, and it was late enough that it was too late and cold and winter to be just wandering around in the streets the way that some people do. I'm gonna assume those are song lyrics, Merrick. I'm gonna assume those are song lyrics. Anyway, good to see you, I guess. Welcome, Merrick. Please don't be a hate monger. But yeah, so it was super cold, super cold. And now I've since the day I moved here to this little magical town, this little oasis of crazy fun and happiness. There's still a certain level of just mind-bending things. No matter where you live, no matter where you go, there's always going to be things that break your brain when you go outside. So, whoa. Thanks for the sub, Merrick. I guess my graphics don't work when you do it through YouTube, but thanks, Mr. Merrick, for the sub, and we go. There's a zombie for this crazy show. So anyway, since the day that I moved here, I was like, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. I promise you. And Tara was in town. She was on her way back from Germany, and she was coming to pick up the dog and her car and head back home because I had her car and her dog while she was in Germany. And she was like, it was crazy in Germany because everybody was like, oh my god, the weather, this, and blah, 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 You're from such a different place, etc. You don't even get it. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Nobody gets it. Because I promise you, before the time you leave, you will see somebody. And actually, you know what? By the time we get back to my place from the airport, I'm pretty sure you'll see somebody in shorts. And this was like around this time last year. It was February or January, like the coldest time, and and she was like, yeah, but no, and I'm like, no, 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 but yeah, but no, but yeah, like, but it's pretty cold. Uh huh. Nobody cares. Doesn't matter. Every time I leave the house, I see somebody in shorts. The colder it is, the more I guarantee myself that I will see, excuse me, a person, never the same person, or at least it's a handful of different people that rotate. Maybe there's one that I recognize, but I'm like, a different person? A different person. So that particular day, I managed to see one, and they took a turn down the street, and she wasn't looking, and I'm like, I am super tempted to go down there and just start following random streets in an effort to maybe see this person in shorts again. And I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time with that. That's insane. So anyway, the other day on a very cold night, when it's just getting colder, you can hear the unmistakable sounds of of somebody like pushing either a cart or one of those mobility walker deals that also kind of has a little seat you can flip around and sit in it when you've gone too far. And it's a guy that I definitely have seen before, and I'm like, okay, he is one of the shorts people I recognize. But the last time I saw him, I was like, that guy's not wearing shorts, is he? And it was just far enough away that it was like, today is definitely not a wearing shorts day. I don't care how short of a distance you were covering. Plus, you've got a walker thing, so your travel time is easily double, triple anybody else's travel time. So you're going to just get that much colder, that much faster. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in charge of your life, strange guy. I'm just judging you from afar. And that's what you're in charge of. Afar judging. Judging things as you see them, calling them as you see them, and just taking them back to your little apartment here and giving those judgments out to the internet, whoever might stop by. Yeah, basically, that's my jam, and that's what I do. So, and also draw pictures. So yeah, so I see this guy, and I'm just like, I'm frozen. I've got jacket, sweater, shirt. Like I've got this deal. I've got the 3 shirts McGee going on, plus gloves and winter jacket, maybe even a winter hat at that point. It was a cold day. It was a cold day. And I watched this guy go by, and I just kind of did the math in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, I see this all the time. I was like, I think he hangs out with people in the back of my building. Then he comes around and he just lives, I want to say, just across the street over here. So I don't think he's actually going that far. But I stood there for the longest time, feeling terrible and guilty about, my own actions, in that I've got a car right here. He's just right over there. I should just turn the car back on and be like, hey guy, where you going? Let me drive you there? Your legs? My mouth doesn't work. Just like your legs are not, the 100%, I'm guessing. That's why you're using this deal. But you're wearing shorts. You're wearing shorts and it's a billion below. What are you doing? And I don't know. Maybe it's one of those. I have a certain set of skills. I've got a certain power, and it is that I don't feel this burning cold tearing apart my body. And away he goes. Away he goes. And I mean, I just stood there. Like, honestly, somewhat frozen. Like, I don't mean cold. I mean, just like frozen in my own guilt. Like, I should. He definitely does this all the time. This is his thing. I'll probably almost definitely terrify this guy if I approach him. Anyway, just go in the house. Just go in the house, carry your groceries or whatever it is. and be on your way. It's not your job to do things, to police, to deal with uh, all the things that people do in this magical town. Go do whatever your magical thing is. Like, good idea, brain. And that's what I did, and I let him go. On your way, shorts guy, on your way, as you were. But then, redemption always comes around. Karmically, in my world, if I do have a chance to do something, usually there's a slightly different version of that that's a little more upfront of, hey, can you just help me right now? Like, yes, thank you, universe. That's what I needed, was you to get up in my face about it. Get in this grill, tell me to help you, and I will definitely help you. Because, there have been a few times that I've talked about right here where I'm like, hey, can I help you? And they're like, get away from me. Like, no, you're clearly having a rough time. I'm just going to help you carry this stuff and not murder you. I get it. I'm afraid everyone's going to murder me as well. But if you want some help, I'll do what I can. So, on Saturday, the car is completely, actually not completely. The car is almost melted out by that point. But I don't love taking my car everywhere. Everyone's afraid of murder. Everyone afraid. Everyone afraid. No, lost it. Everyone's afraid of murder. Everyone's afraid of lies. Everyone's afraid that knife in your pocket isn't a knifey lie. I hope your knife is made up. I hope you don't hanker for a stab. I always get drifting into that Piano Man song, which I do not know. I really don't know. Should have got my reference back out so I can see where these fingers are. Ah, well, close enough. Hankering for a stabbing. So Saturday, I went down to the market, not to sell my wares for once, just to go visit Nelly and the other people of the market hood. Of the market hood. Of the market hood. Because I worked hard all week, and I'm too tired to work another shift on Saturday. Like I said, I'm old. So old. We just did this whole thing about the Nintendo Wii. Watch when I play Mario Maker on stream. See how old I am. Where's that? You're laughing at your own dumb idea over there? Is that what this is? Do you think you're so effing funny that you just burst into laughter at the thought of your own idea? That honestly, by the time you finish this rambling of me, you're going to completely forget the thing that you were going to say. Aren't you? That's just a fact, Mr. Jackson. Just a fact of the whole matter. It's true. It's true. I definitely always forget what I'm going to say when I drift over to Milo to make fun of myself. No, I was just going to try to do old man voice and the thing, but as I thought of it, it was like, that's a thing I actually did when I did stream Mario Maker last week. Was just, hey! I already cracking myself up, but I'm not cracking myself. I'm laughing at myself, not with myself in this instance, so it's okay. It's okay. I don't think I'm hilarious. I think it's absolutely pathetic. But yeah, when I was trying to find the, I genuinely can't think of what it's called right now. The checkpoint. There we go. When I was trying to find the checkpoint flag, and I was like, whatever, like, where's that? Where do they hide that checkpoint flag? Back in my day, we kept all of the things in a clear and concise. It's not a good old man voice. We kept all the things. Yeah, I'm an old man. Why would I? My regular voice is already old man voice. That's the problem with trying to do that old man voice. Back in my day. Yeah, it's probably a better The Colbert Bernie Sanders. Mario items were easy to find. Mario's healthcare was 100 men for $1. It was good. Oops. So, like I said, take a little scootle around the market, get one of my samosas from the samosa lady. I get a croissant from the bread lady, who one of the bread ladies is a commission that I did. That sounds like a weird way to put it. But yeah, before Christmas, dude was like, hey, I want to get a commission for a Christmas gift. Like, all right, here's a picture of those people. Like, all right, I'll draw them. And then I'm like, wait, is this the bread lady? And then I went to the market again, and every once in a while, our table is right behind, like on the other side of this big bread shelf from the bread lady, or one of the bread ladies who makes just these amazing, oh my god. Like, if you want to be ruined for croissants, get a super fresh farmer's market croissant. Like, I'm not even, like, I don't like pastry. I'm not a pastry person. I hate, oh, it's flaky and it's whatever. Like, good. Keep it. I don't want it. But croissants, you know, I have to say, I do enjoy a good croissant. And yes, I realize it's the same reason, or similar reason to why I love French fries. Do I love potatoes? Kind of love potatoes. But really, it's just about getting all that salt. And croissants are really just like, this is like if butter was a piece of bread. Like, I don't know. It's just like it's just like, you know, a nice way to eat a stick of butter that you can keep in your hand without getting too greasy. Oh man, they're probably not even super that buttery. They're probably mildly healthy. But oh man, they're so good. So anyway, harassed her for a second, like, hey, did you get a picture of yourself for Christmas? And she was like, oh my god, yeah. Like, it was my favorite part of Christmas. Like, oh wow. Like, did not expect that. I'm just kind of making sure, because every once in a while I'm like, hey, are you that person? And that person's like, no. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'll be talking about this on my stream on Tuesday, because I do this all the time. But this time, she was that person. But yeah, I totally forgot about that. That she was like, oh my god, yeah, like it was our favorite thing. I took it with me everywhere. Like, you what now? Like, for Christmas, took it with me everywhere to show everyone. Like, that's, excuse me, baby Jesus. That's amazing. Like, that's amazing. Again, one of my also favorite things about Truro is when I do sell some art, there's always some real nice feedback like that. Always some real nice feedback. And when I say feedback, of course, not feedback at all. Feedback is, you know what you should have done. Ran away as soon as I gave you this so as to avoid feedback. Praise and adulation is probably the word I'm looking for. Unadulterated ego stroking. Just something to fill up the old narcissism glands. But anyway, didn't even mean to talk about the market other than trying to remind myself, why did I leave the house that day? Oh yeah, it was to procrastinate because I had a bunch of art to do and I didn't feel like doing it. I wanted to go explore the world. So within my explorations, there's a I guess it's a pawn shop. It's not the one where I got my Nintendo Wii. It's a different one. The one where I got my PlayStation, actually. Place called Terry's, down in the center of town. There we go. And I think I'll wait for those stripes. Oh yeah, I didn't refill my eraser. Let's use the big fat eraser. Oh no! The marker's way over there. Way over there. Could I help? I'm over here as well. Maybe I could get your pencil for you and pass it to you. Sarah. Sarah? Sarah. Are you paying attention to me, Sarah? Are you even looking at me? Why do you hate me so much, Sarah? Because don't call me Sarah, that's why. And you don't have any little fingers. You just have little flippers and you're useless. You're useless. And oddly enough, I didn't take that time to go grab that while the camera was on you, like I should have. It's a little place. They've got a little bit of everything. Mostly they have tons of like music gear and audio gear. And I don't think I've bought anything there yet. I've just looked. Like, hey, what are you doing? Just looking at your microphones. I've got a lot of microphones, but could probably always use a better microphone. Like this boom mic that I've got, or shotgun mic. I think it's like pretty much the cheapest, knocking offenest shotgun mic you can get, but I don't know. For the most part, it works. If I check my audio better, it wouldn't have that extra little hum or buzz when I get too loud, or if I was in any kind of control of my own voice. But yeah, it's all over the road. So like I said, they got video games, they got some movies, refrigerators, color TVs. Marker time. So I go in. No, I don't even go into the store. What is this story about? Shh! Shut your face, Pat. You'll find out what the story's about as the story is about something. Okay, I'm gonna move this pencil case. Seriously, I need like 16 tables to do anything. What color? What colors today? Let's go with some browns for once. Huh? Huh? Yeah. Pat, I put this down on the floor. You didn't even say, oh, but what about your water marker? Your water marker thing is in this thing. And you put it down on the floor. Pat. And then I just threw it on the floor. Somebody lives below me, Pat. Why did you even care? With your little Pat face emoticons. I don't even know. I don't even know sometimes about you, Pat. I don't even know. It's like you're trying to sabotage this whole thing. Trying to sabotage. Unlike me, I've tried to make all of this work like a well-groomed machine. I've just combed it, groomed it, keeping all those cogs and diodes free of hair. What were we talking about? We're not talking about grooming machine. Anyway, I forgot why I was so angry. It was to get this thing. I knew you were gonna say Pat. I know. That's why I pick at you, because I know that you can take it, because you can take it to the limit one more time, and you just know better. Oh, snaps. We all float down here, don't we? So I get to the pawn shop. And it's on English. It's on this main little, like kind of a shopping strip-ish type thing. Like it's a little like, well, it used to be like a cobblestone road. I think you could only walk through there for a period of time. But usually they have like buskers or any kind of event. They shut down that street, and that street just becomes a party street and vendors and food. There's usually some people there with sidewalk chalk, and then once all the kids are gone, that's when I show up and I'm just like, there's just a pile of chalk on the street and a pile of street. And if you check my Instagram, you go back far enough, you can take yourself back far enough on that Instagram, you'll see yourself some dinosaurs on the street that I've drawn up on some of that chalk that some of them sidewalk chalk kids left behind. Some of them local volunteers from the art community trying to get art into the hands of the children. And I come along and I'm like, are these kids gone now? Cool, I hate them. Don't like kids. But I do like doing childlike things, like drawing on the street with some sidewalk and chalking. So it's an awesome little street in the neighborhood. And just before I go into Terry's, there's a dude. And he's like kind of standing up against the wall. Almost in the way where the next thing out of their mouth would be, hey, do you have some spare change? Or did I tell you I had a bad day? The paper don't lie about the things that they say, but I had a bad day. Can you give me some money? And but at the same time, like, I've definitely seen this guy 1,000 times before in this town. This black marker is going to bleed way more than I expected. So, he's standing there and he's looking in that way. You know when you see a human being and human beings do one of three things, probably more, but one of three things that I'm just going to throw out right now. One is what I usually do, try to avoid the other people. Just try. I know, I realize I have 1,000 stories about interacting with people. Most of those start with me, like, trying not to get involved in other people's shits. So, there's that one. The second one is I'm going to come up with a name for it. Can't make it sound super clever, but they're fishers. There we go. They're baiters and fishers. So what those people do, they'll throw something out that you can't help but ask a question to or respond to, or it incites conversation whether you want to, even though it's something that you're like, I'm not going to talk about that. Like, no, I have to address this now, or whatever. Like they throw something out there. I can't think of any examples right now. Like, some dangerous turn of events, am I right? Very dangerous indeed. Well, I can't just walk away from that. I have to be like, what dangerous events? What's going on? Oh, let me tell you the story of my day that turns out is not dangerous at all. It's just me wanting to say all the things, but I don't have a podcast because I don't know how that works. Or a live stream. Like, damn it. Fooled me again into watching your street live stream. Like, no, you write this down and you take this home. Now you're going on my live stream. And then, of course, the third one, which is probably the other one that I am, which is still a bit of a fisher, but it's somewhere in between where it's just like, I'm going to look at you. It's sad puppy dog. Like, yep. Super aware you exist. Super aware you exist. Yeah, like that. So, this guy, he was up against the wall, but his body language, his face was mostly, I'm here to beg for money. But then there was a little extra glint in his eye that was, but there's something else here. I'm kind of in trouble. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I can get you out of the kind of trouble you're in, guy. But this might be something simpler than I think. All right, I'm going to take your bait. I'm going to take some of your bait. So I just gave him how's it going? I think. It was just like, yep, how's it going? And it was like, I gave enough of a question that's like, you're allowed to answer with not so good, help me. And I'll be honest, I kind of expected not so good, please help me. And what he gave me was actually, you couldn't help me out a second, could you? I'm kind of stuck here. And I'm like, oh, thank God he didn't ask for money. Which, I don't know why, that's the, other than I was like, I don't have any money on me. I'm over here going to a pawn shop and not to spend any money, just to look and then leave again. Um, like I always do. So, technically, whatever you wanted. Again, my magic number is $30. If you ask for anything under $30, I'd be like, yeah, let me make this happen for you. But mostly be like, what? No, stop talking to me. So he was like, can you help me out? I'm kind of stuck over here. Like, yeah, of course, no problem at all. He's like, yeah, like leaning against the wall / standing up with his chair turned around. He's like, I can't like get my chair out from behind me and in front of me again to walk with it anymore. I'm just frozen here like a statue. Like, it is a cold day. Why is... Oh my God. Everybody, get a buddy before you go standing out in the cold with a walker device. So I'm like, oh yeah, no problem at all, guy. Oh my God. Like, what do we need to do here? He's like, well, it's kind of stuck. See, my legs just kind of like give out on me, stop working, lock up, like, all the things that are bad. Like, yeah, of course. Heart is broken right now. Whatever I can do. Like, what are we doing? Use your words, point, say anything. What is going on here? There we go. So I'm just like, yeah, like, what do we need to do? He's like, well, I just have to get this out from behind me, but it's kind of like just stuck behind me. Like, I'm the thing holding it in place. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, in my head, like, yep, this is easy. Like, I've dealt with this exact situation before, or something very similar to it. Same device, an even more crippled person, if you will. So like, yeah. I was like, just, you can lean on me as hard as you want to. Like, he was maybe slightly bigger than me. It was like he didn't have much weight, more than I could handle at least anyway. Like, yeah, like, I got you. So basically, yeah, it's like, just either you lean on me and I'll grab the thing and flip it around, or you lean on me and you flip your thing around. Like, whatever's happening, like, say what you're doing and do it. Or else, I don't want to drop an old man in the street. Please and thank you. Let's look out for me here, old man, for once. Let's think about me and my predicament. But no, basically just trying to make sure, like, he doesn't collapse. And, gets to wherever he's going. So, get him, he's kind of half leaning on me, leaning on the wall. Like, somehow it seems like he has got like 4 arms because he's still doing a bunch of stuff. And get the wheelchair walker thing whipped around. He's like on it, and I'm like, is everything cool? He's like, yep. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna now just have to see if I can make it down the street to the bank and then see if I have any money. Like, awesome. Like, this kind of worked out a little bit better than I thought, because he wasn't here begging for money as far as I know at this point. And now he's going to the bank to see if he's got any money. Now, of course, maybe you didn't think about the fact that that was his top story. Oh, how crippled were my crippled legs and crippled were my hands. Couldn't raise my glass to mouth and something else to man. That's a Crash the Dummy song, but I can't remember the words because I don't listen to that. That's your jam. Anyway, that was his sad story. Oh, I hope I have some money. I hope my legs make it down a half a block to this place. And you were like, good luck to you, sir. Good luck with that. I'm gonna go buy Nintendo controllers. See it ever, baby. See it ever. He's a bit right. I mean, you know, technically he lives up here, so he's always right about that stuff. But yeah, I'm just like, all right, well, good luck with that. Good luck with that. He didn't ask me for money, so you know, I got out of there. I got out of there fairly safe and sound. But that's probably what he was getting at. Oh, totally forgot that. As I went to walking, I saw a crippled man. Couldn't raise his cup to drink, so crippled were his hands. And so it was, and so it will. No. Can't remember how that song goes. Anyway, that will sploose around some of this color. Which marker was this? I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's this watercolor paper, which should still be basically the same as my watercolor paper normally is. But it just doesn't seem to be flowing and bleeding like it normally does. But still works fine. Still works fine. So yeah, then I went into the thing. And the guy was like, "What can I help you with?" Like, what? Nobody ever asked me what the. I'm just looking in the glass case, just seeing if you got any Wii games. Well, it's like the one thing we don't have it here is any Wii games. I'm like, yeah, it was a very unpopular system. Not a whole lot of games. I can just go and order whatever I want off of the line. All I need to do is either give it my credit card information, which I'm not going to, or walk across the street to the grocery store, get a gift card, boop. I don't actually swipe it, but put the numbers into the Nintendo store, and I could buy most of these games online, no problem. But in the off chance that in your glass case you do have a Mario Kart for like $12, then I want your $12 Mario Kart. Am I ever going to play it? Probably not. Yeah, at least once. But it is still a game that I did like, and that once I put it in, I will probably, I'll probably play it all night long. All night long. Because I mean, I still keep thinking about like Diddy Kong Racing on the 64. Like the last, like all the racing games are terrible. They're all terrible. Like unless you get into the real, like the kart games anyway. They're all awful except for Mario Kart. They're all just trying to copy Mario Kart without getting sued by Mario Kart. So you can only get so close. And they're always just a little bit terrible. Except Diddy Kong Racing, which is kind of almost terrible, but somehow the funnest thing in the world. Now, I don't know if it was just like, hey, it's college, and we stayed up all night playing Diddy Kong, and that's what makes Diddy Kong awesome. But it was, it had like airplane levels, like it was, changed up enough that it was like, what is going to happen next in this game? And it's also so hard, but just easy at the same time. And yeah, it was always a little bit of fun, but still not something that I'm like, ooh, I should go get my hands on some Diddy Kong Racing. But if you're looking for another kart game to play, I mean, it's probably not going to be as good now because it would be the 64 version, but I'm sure it's in the Nintendo store. But I would say it's probably still better than any of the new Sonic Racing or any of those other ones. They all look and smell terrible. But anyway, I went in there. I'm just like, yeah, just taking a look to see if you got it in here. Oh, no, we don't have any. It was like, the only thing we have is this controller. Like, I did need one of these. I might need another one someday. Who knows? This is $20. I might as well get it now, so I'm spending $120 to get another one. Like, yoink. So I did get something at the pawn shop. But that's that whole day. That part needs no. I feel like something else weird did happen in that store. Can't remember. Anyway, do you want another Nintendo story that's not about playing Nintendo games that I totally forgot about? It's a bit of a Christmas. It's almost a Christmas miracle story. It's almost a Christmas Grinch story in the most delicious way possible. Today's episode is brought to you by Orange Crush. You got a thirst? Crush it and whatnot. Really expected that to fizz all over this. But lucked out. Rick is cool 20. Rick is cool, yo, what's on your 20? Hey, what's on your 20? That's when you're on the CB, right? Hey, what's your 20? No, that's where you are. Hey, Rick, what's your 20? Coolsville. That's what Rick says, because Rick is cool. Rick is cool. I doubt that's my Ricky. He usually goes by Rix, R-I-X, and I'm pretty sure he's been in here before. So, hello, new Rick. Hey, Rick. How are you gonna deal with those zombies? You just learned how to defeat everyone. Are you gonna cover yourself with zombie blood? Fool every effing zombie one. No. Sorry, what? What's that, Rick? No. You're ruining the Walking Dead musical, Rick. No. I'm gonna take my son. I'm gonna take my gun. I'm gonna cut off my hand. No, that's just in the comic book. And I'm going to just swing my little axe until everyone dies. Talk to my wife on the phone. Real nice. Why did we go down that lane? Because I find a I can never tell. One of these is like a purpley gray. Yeah, Mixer. Hey, if you're watching from Mixer, sorry, your chat's not going to show up. Mixer is a beast that 50% of the time just I don't know. It's either not broadcasting this, it's not connecting to the stream. Maybe it has something to do with my restream, but since it's always only Mixer, I blame Mixer. Ever since they added that, hey, now you have to do a 14-hour course before we'll let you start streaming. And I was like, wait, what now? But I've already been new system. Watch the course. Okay, fine. Now wait 64 hours for us to approve you. Now what now? What are you talking about? No. So I know that with a lot of these big streamers getting Mixer deals. Hey, Mixer, want me to start saying nice things about you? Give me a big old chunk of change like you did to the fancy streamers. But I am so little that I can't upset them. I don't have enough clout. But hey, Pat listens to what I say. Do you want Pat to hear the bad things I have to say about Mixer? No. Buckets of money at my door. Buckets of money, you don't need to know what that money is for. Probably more microphones. Maybe cameras too. Art supplies and more animated characters for you. But whatever. Yet another thing that maybe I'll try and fix next week. God knows there's about 16 things that I forgot to work on this week for the stream. But instead, I stayed up roughing out drawings of half-naked dinosaur ladies to color in today. What am I looking for? Oh, maybe just this one. This is too dark. Not dark enough. So anyway, I was starting to tell a crazy story. So this is, in a slight way, this is like I'm the Grinch in this story in a little bit of ways, in all the ways. But again, in a most delicious way. Spoonfuls of sugar all over Bon Jovi. So, while I was at home for Christmas, let's not incriminate myself or anybody, I was at somebody's house. Simple. At this house, there are some children. Now, children weren't there, or asleep, or whatever. Doesn't matter. What was there was a Nintendo Switch. So this was before I picked up the Wii U. I don't know why I'm making sure to point to the right place. Doesn't matter to you guys. To the Wii U over there. But I was thinking like, maybe I will end up with something like that before Christmas ends, with all of the whatchamacallit, Boxing Day deals and whatnot. Or maybe I might not have to, because I'm like, hey, is that a new Nintendo Switch just sitting there still in the box, untouched, in a home with children? Yeah, whatever. Like, kids already have a Nintendo Switch, right? Like, yeah. Ugh. So in some lives, in some homes, in some situations, people stop getting along, people fall out of love, etc. I'm not here to tell you why people break up, but sometimes they do. And sometimes, every time, if you're the dad in that situation, you always show up later on to make up for the fact that you're not going to be there all the time, with stuff. And one of the stuffs was, hey, here's a Nintendo Switch. Like, even though they already have one, here's another one. What do I care? And I'm like, really? Like, wow, what a waste. Like, what a just blatant waste when, these aren't even those kind of kids that are just like, I want more things. They're literally like, I just want to spend time with you. Like, good kids. Good kids. For now, all kids turn evil. So I'm literally like I'm not the kind of person to go like, oh, by the way, I'm taking that. I'm taking this. I deserve this now, and I'm taking this. Or I've got somebody that I can give this to, even though it's just like, if you were going to give it away, like, she definitely has somebody else, like, she could give it away to. But I'm just like, oh my god, like, I might legitimately steal this. With permission, of course. Again, it's not like, it wasn't, the kids are going to be wondering where it is. It is literally like an extra Nintendo. But, somewhere in my head is just like, there is a situation where it's like, these kids could take it to their grandmother's house where they spend time, or whatever. Like, there is. But now that I say that out loud, the kid already takes the Switch to the grandmas because the Switch goes everywhere. You don't need the box. You don't need a separate thing like the Wii U. You can just, you're always playing a Switch. You're always playing a Switch. So, so mostly I was like, well, I'm here for a little while. If that Switch is still here when I go home, I'm going to go whoop, whoop, and drop it in my car, and I'm taking it with me. I'm taking it with me. Like, yes, I'm going to take a like $400 piece of hardware from somebody else's Christmas. And yes, last week we did cover the fact that somebody was getting shot at for stealing somebody's stuff from under their tree. That's a thing that happens when you go back home. So yeah. Somewhere also in my subconscious is, hey, you're doing something that might get you shot. That's okay. That's okay. It's a Nintendo. But no, mostly my thought process was no, it's okay. Super Mario Maker. Super Mario Maker. Super Mario Maker. So, time passes. Text, beep beep boop, or whatever the sound is. I remember it being an awful, awful sound. Ugh, of all the sounds, it was just a painful, terrible sound. Boop 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 boop. Hey, coming to pick some stuff up. Need some of the kids' stuff, because I've got the kids right now. Can you put out this thing and that thing? Uh-huh. Alright, cool. Boop 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 boop. And then, and at one point, I might have accidentally said her name already. She gets up, grabs the Switch, like, what is she doing? Maybe she's putting it aside somewhere so that I don't forget to take it home with me? Because I'm still 50-50 on the fence of, I'm either going to take this home and have a Switch, or I'm going to take this home and I'm going to give it to somebody else who'd really love a Switch, who deserves one more than me. Because, there was more than one of those people on my list in my head of just like, it's a free Switch. I'm not buying somebody a Switch. And also, mostly, the reason was I really wanted to be able to get home with a Switch that, some of my friends know that this is an expensive thing, and specifically be able to take a picture and write the text that says, look what so-and-so, and use their actual name, bought me, person who they would not be buying presents for Christmas. That was my whole, the drama for everything. It was like, this would be awesome. Avocado shake. So he showed up, and he took the Nintendo and, spare clothes and whatever for the kids, even though I'm just like, he's probably not taking that Nintendo for the kids. He's probably taking it for himself. He's probably going to take it to his friend's house. He's going to play it. He should be raising kids. I don't have kids. I should be raising a Nintendo baby. But no, I was far from that broken up or upset about it. Like, all right, cool. Like, that was, still 50-50. I was like, I still don't even know if I can do this. I'd be almost slightly more comfortable if the kids showed up and were like, oh, hey, yeah, Uncle Curtis, you should totally take this. You don't have one? You should have this. Because they love me. But anyway, I ended up with a Wii, and I can play my Mario Maker anyway. And like I said, I'll try and stream it as much as I can. Sadly, a lot of times when I play games, it's not until I'm like, all right, now the whole day is done, and I'm at the least productive part of the night, and now I can play the things. But it's also, at the same time when I'm like, I should just go to bed. Oh, I love you, Mario Maker. I love you. Can I just snuggle up here with you, Mario Maker? No, I should go to sleep. Oh, Mario Maker. I'm so sleepy, Mario Maker, but I just need... Oh, when I open up my left eye again, Mario Maker, I'm gonna feel like I'm blind in one of my eyes because I'm just playing games with one eye. Um, so if I can get myself to play video games earlier and stream more, this will become a much more lucrative operation. What a weird world we live in now. Oh, so weird. Ooh, I should have grabbed it actually. Well, I'll just describe it. That's what I do. I grabbed a handful of I think they were Ed Brubaker writing. You don't care. Daredevil comics at the comic store. They're not super old. Not super old at all. Like within the last 5 years, maybe. I don't know. Haven't been keeping up, and I didn't look at the date, but I know they're not very old. Going through, and comic book ads in comics are the worst. Like, they're usually just the worst, weirdest, dumbest things. It's almost like, oh my god, we have to put an ad in here? Ugh, somebody put that together. Like, I don't even want to. Like, no, yeah, we don't care. Nobody wants to, nobody cares. Do it anyway. And then a terrible ad gets made and then used. Am I using the wrong side of the paper? It's just very weird. So I'm like literally, and I never usually look at the ads. Like normally it is just like innocuous nonsense. Flip next page. What's Daredevil up to now? And this one, full 2-page center folded spread. You can hold it poster wise so it goes down, and there's just so much stuff on it that I'm like, what is this? Is this a game? Is this a book? Is this a movie? What am I mean, it looks poorly done, but I have so many questions. So many questions. So I start reading from top to bottom. There is text everywhere. There's like a guy who's like got a remote control, and he's like, he's sitting in a chair. He's looking like maybe he's kind of an active remote control user. And by remote control, I mean like a TV remote. Near as I can tell, it's just like, oh, this was an ad made by moms to ruin comic books because it's definitely not effective or really even true. So it goes on and on. It's just like basically lays out the job opportunity. Like, hey, come on down. Like, do you want to be one of our remote control experts? Like, you can sit around all day on the couch watching TV, clicking through channels. We need people, and we want to pay them lots of money to be remote control operators. And I'm just like, is this Fallout? Is this an ad for Fallout? What is this? Because it's present day, so it's definitely not an ad about, like, present day situations. It's definitely from a game from an old-timey world, right? So I keep reading down, like, it's not a job. We got to get somewhere. So through all of this fake, hey, it's an action-packed job thing, at the very bottom in a little bit of text, it says, like, hey, not to be your mom or anything, but there actually isn't there isn't jobs out there for potheads. You can't just sit around using a remote all day as a job. That's not a thing. Like, think sober or whatever, that'd be above the influence or whatever it is. And I'm just like, and nobody's there because I'm in my bathroom. That's where I do all my reading. Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. And I'm just in my bathroom like, all right, cool. Got to take some pictures of this and send it to people and just be like, oh, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. Now, what's dumb about it is, one, yes, there's lots of jobs for potheads out there. They're the richest people right now. So clearly the ad is from right before when, selling weed has become a multi-bajillion-dollar legal enterprise in the world. So there's that one thing. But the second thing is, what pays my bills? What I do for a living for, 8 to 10 hours a day is I draw pictures for very well-off, well-to-do streamers. And what are they? What are they professionals at? Using a remote. It's it's a not a TV remote, but it still controls the actions of the things on the TV. And every time I open up my computer, open up my Instagram, open up anything, the news is like, hey, check it out. Another kid just made $1 billion and bought their parents a house. Because while they were just living with their parents, because they're 14. And I know, and I could tell, just from watching, like, none of these kids are potheads. None of, that part, it's not, but they could be. They totally could be. Their lifestyle is 100% equivalent to the standard, what this ads version of a pothead is what these professional children are doing. Their drug is just streaming. So it's just like, I don't have time to do all the drugs. Comic books? Who even reads comic books anymore, old man? Well, on paper? You got them from a store on paper? They come on iPads now and you download them? Ugh, get a clue, old man. Get a clue. And that's the theme of today's episode is old man gotta get a clue. And that's me. And it's also you. Stealing Nintendos. What other background am I going to put in here? Let's go with some sunshine. Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine. It's kind of greenish. So I'm pretty sure a bunch of my markers are in another container somewhere. But one last thing, and then I'm going to get out of here. Maybe a few things, but one thing I want to talk about is... Okay, 3 things. First thing, I'll do it in 2 sentences, maybe a paragraph. Morbius? Morbius? I'm pretty sure Milo is a more famous Marvel character than Morbius. Morbius gets his own, and I know that Morbius has been getting his own movie for a while now, but somewhere in my head I'm still like, but they're not really going to. Somebody's going to stop and go like, hey guys, don't want to interrupt this Morbius train, but has anybody ever stopped and thought, Morbius? And everyone are like, oh, you're right, Morbius. He's dumb. He's so dumb. And I really have never read a Morbius comic. Pretty sure he has his own comics somehow. I don't know who is funding that, who is buying those. But he is a vampire of some kind. I believe he's crossed paths with Blade. He's usually dealing with Spider-Man, and I think occasionally the Punisher. But, all those guys are somewhat interchangeable villain-wise anyway. I don't know, everybody's fairly excited. He's definitely in the Spider-Man universe. If you look real close in the first Spider-Man, Morbius seems to walk by in the background when Batman is talking to Scorpion in jail. And yeah, nobody knows anything about Morbius, so it might be the same magic that is Blade, like Blade and Men in Black 1 anyway. Nobody read those comics; they were barely existent, so you can't ruin them. You can only actually really make them better, or let them fade back into obscurity. I didn't watch the trailer, honestly. I do know that most of my Morbius knowledge is from the cartoon. The Spider-Man cartoon from like 2000, mid-90s. I don't remember when that was. But yeah, Morbius showed up, and I think that's when the Punisher showed up to help try to kill off Morbius. But you can't have a guy like a vampire sucking blood. So the Morbius that I know, I don't even know if Morbius is a vampire. I think he is. I honestly don't know. Because yeah, in the cartoon, he was like this energy stealer guy, and he had I think he had mouths in his hands. I don't know if he has mouths in his hands in the movie or regular Morbius does. And it was like similar to a vampire, but he would just be like, ooh, like I'm sucking out your life essence so you don't die. because I'm not a vampire, but I'm basically a vampire. And I always thought he looked stupid. Like, mostly my biggest problem is he looks stupid. But also in a world where, is it Bloodshot? I think his name is Bloodshot. I think it's Vin Diesel as well as doing that. So many weird things. Plasma, that's the word. Oh, I honestly, if anybody, Mr. and Mrs. Drake, they would definitely know about Morbius. Drake definitely knows Morbius for sure. But I do not. So again, maybe it's a good movie. Shot-wise, the scenes that I've seen, like the clips or whatever, it looks like it's well done. But I don't know. Venom almost looked like it was well done too, but I still can't bring myself to watch that movie because it looks stupid. Oh man. But like I said, I'm old. I'm an old, angry man. It's hard to entertain me. But whatever. Mostly, my thing is, again, like, make all the movies. It's fine. Those are the characters you should make. I'm just also saying, I'm an obscure character. Give me your money, Fox. But no, I'm sure it'll be great. It just seems odd that I feel like, the internet caters to you. So it's like, in my head, I'm just like, the internet is abuzz with Morbius talk. Like, no, it's not. Your feed is just all about Spider-Man, idiot. So, of course, you're going to get a bunch of that. So, and Venom definitely will have stuff in it that I like. I don't know. There's just so many things about it that I don't enjoy about movies. Alright, we'll let that dry a little, and I'll throw an outline on it. But anyway, not at all what I wanted to talk about. It just seemed like today was a very Morbius-y day on Instagram, and I'm like, whoa, Morbius, are you kidding me? But the real thing that, once again, when I'm just doing stuff, I just need headphones in to block out the world, and I just can't pick anything anymore, I'll usually just go and throw on some Taskmaster, or if Facebook is like, hey, you probably want to watch Taskmaster. Excuse me. So, in this instance, I did want to watch some, but I wanted to watch the Ed Gamble, Rose Matafeo season, because YouTube suggested it, but they only had the one episode, so I jumped over to Daily Motion is where I can watch all of my Taskmasters, which is also brought to you by Orange Crush. Crush your thirst in the orangest way possible. Oh yeah, nothing more thirst quenching than orange things. Looking out my back door. So, thirsty. God season. But then, hand gesture for no reason. Still wet. I go to find my brush pen. I don't see it. Are you a brush pen? No, you're the 5. I go to make something to eat and do the dishes. So I still got my headphones on. They're just barely powerful enough, there it is, to reach the kitchen, which isn't that far away. But it's all good. Everything's fine. And still a bit damp. Oh, this isn't attached. Oh, that's nice. So oh, that's bent. I'm just listening. The show ends, and Daily Motion occasionally either just goes, hey, let me just play all the episodes of Taskmaster for you in a row. And I'm like, thanks. That's what you should be doing. But every once in a while, Daily Motion's like, hey, you know what you're probably interested in? Some entertainment news from years ago that you didn't care about then, you definitely don't care about now. But we're going to play it, and we're going to play it all the way through. So it played one, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't care about any of this. But my hands are in the soapy water, food is cooking, I'm not leaving the kitchen right now. So the next thing starts to play, and I'm just like, I should go grab that video and send it to everyone, because every sentence is getting exponentially more mind-bending than the last sentence. But at first I'm like not realizing what it is I'm paying attention to. And then realize like, oh, this is a whole separate thing from the entertainment news I thought I was listening to. This is like a little mini documentary about a reality show. It's like a little mini reality show about a reality show. Halfway through that, I forgot they were talking about a reality show. But as near as I can tell, there was an entertainment type lady who was so like, oh wow, tell me again, what's it like to date, somebody in prison? You two are doing it. Like, how did you even start doing that? Why? It's like, you're there because of a reality show that's all about these two people dating somebody in prison. So you already know all the answers, or you're a regular entertainment person. You don't actually know anything. The answers these people are giving are what I would consider disturbing at best. Like, sad, super sad, but a little bit super disturbing. So the two people, I thought they were the criminals. The two people she was talking to were the non-criminals that were dating the criminals. This is great. So she's just asking them, kind of like, how does this even work? Like, what do you even do? Like, oh, it works so fine, actually. There's phone and an email, and then the guy's like, oh, actually, like, my date, I don't actually have email, just phone, and then going to visit. Oh, of course, going to visit, so that's nice, And you can only see them so often, so it actually kind of makes it even better. Because, you're excited to see them even more because you see them less. Like, sad, disturbing, but still getting there. And her response to every one of these is just like, oh, yeah. Well, am I right? Like, what are you talking about? So the guy who I thought was definitely one of the inmates, not somebody who's, gotten in contact with the jail to go dating. He breaks in with, well, you see, he's like, I've been having like a rough patch, like just, having a rough time, like things are just kind of hard and this and that, trying to figure things out. And it's just like, I figured this is like a good way to, get in there, to get dating again. And I'm just like, wait, what? Like, the rough thing wasn't you committing crimes. The rough thing was like, it's real hard to just date a person in the world. It's, they're going to be a criminal anyway. I might as well start with them locked up, and then maybe they can get better from there instead of me dating a non-criminal and then becoming a criminal and ending up in jail. Oh, that's exhausting. And the lady's just asking questions that are just insane. So they're like, yeah, like, some of us can't even really visit. You can't do anything. You're always being watched. So that's kind of crazy. It's like, well, how do you keep the love alive? How do you keep the romance alive then if, you can't see each other that often? They're in prison. What is your relationship anyway? And both of them somehow said in unison or just agreed, but they both said, I was like, well, like, they're there. So that kind of, them being locked up all the time is kind of the thing that's, that livens up the relationship. Somebody needs a muffler fixing. And I'm just like, wait, what? She's like, and they're just like, yeah. Like, them being trapped, spices up. And to throw on top of that, like, they're quarantined separate from me, so it's like something that I own, so that's great. And reason number B is Oh, I should have wrote this part down. Maybe I did. No, I didn't. The other part, how did they say it? Oh, for the love of fun. Oh yes, that's who it was. Did I? No. Um, it was. Oh, and plus, like you know how sometimes or not sometimes it's like because they're locked up, because it's prison, it's kind of like a traumatic type of thing, right? So usually in like traumatic situations, kind of like love grows. They didn't say it like that. I feel like I just said it way more poetic than they did, but they said it in a way that was supposed to be a little bit poetic, but it was just 100% human centipede. Like you know how sometimes people just don't really know that they love you until you like chain them up and make them spend, I don't know, a couple months with you, and after they get realized, like, I do make the best lasagna. I do do great hospital corners and whatnot on the bed. I'm a great guy, but it takes people a good 3 months of not moving around, not going away, not hanging out with their friends and other people, putting ideas in their head. No, just a good old fashioned, bit of chain, bit of rope, and black snake moaning these people into your life. Not really sure what that movie was about, but I know somebody was chained to a wall. See what this digging's all about. What's all this digging over here? Uh-oh. The light is green. All right. I don't know if this is doing anything. It says it's streaming. The Space Goonie is telling me that the stream is dead. My Twitch channel is not there anymore. What is that? Flagged? Flagged for what? For the nipple? Is it for this nipple? I was just telling a story. Because of one boob thrown on paper, I'm pretty sure we did one before. Well. Well, I'm just on YouTube right now. Seems Twitch deleted me. I assume there'll be an email telling me why. Twitch, your account. No such thing as grown-ups. Here we go. Has been temporarily suspended. Based on a review of your activity or content, you have been issued a community guideline strike on your account. As a result, your access to Twitch is restricted. Reason: sharing or engaging in sexually suggestive content or activities. So, yep. This one little nipple, once there was color, I guess I got suspended. Great. Thanks, Twitch. Thanks. Whatever. YouTube is the best. So, anyway, that was that story. Those people were weird. Just take this eraser. There we go. Now it's kosher. Anyway, I just got kicked out of Twitch. Mixer always never works. Just trying to get some followers, subscribers, etc. But you just can't. I mean, for real. Oh well, I hate everything. And everything hates me. This has been No Such Thing as Grown-Ups on some channels. I don't know. Maybe I'll take some time to figure this out. And maybe I won't be suspended for too long. Because, Mario Maker isn't that dirty. So somebody reported me for sure then. Perhaps you should have thought about justice and the legalities of all of the things. You can't just go drawing whatever you want, wherever you want. Do you think you're Banksy? That's why Banksy keeps himself anonymous. Yep, that's as many Batman sentences as I can handle. And anyway, it's 10:15. It's late. Now I'm sad. Now I'm sad. I don't know. Just... I just kind of like the fact that Milo was just kind of staring at me, waiting for me to do something. Boobs always cause the most negativity somehow, and literally, it's so not even a thing. But yeah, it's just suspended. It doesn't say how long in the email, but I'm sure they're usually just for a few days. I think I might have gotten banned before, probably for this exact same reason. Excuse me. But yeah, no, like they don't cause any trouble themselves. They literally do nothing. Like they do nothing until you use it to feed a baby. They're just there. They're like glasses with no prescription. Like they're just there. But then, just like with glasses, people are like, "Let me try those on. Let me try those on." And I know 1,000 comedians, 1,000 people have done bits about that. But the whole like, "Let me try that on." I think Ricky Gervais was the, "Hey, let me try out your wheelchair." And boobs and men in the world. They're just like, they just treat them like glasses. Like, "Oh my God, did you see those? I have to try those. There was a nipple, so I mean, we better go to war? We better go to war because I saw a nipple." Like, dog, you've got 2 of them. You might even have 3. Maybe you've only got 1. I don't know what the deal is, but you can already basically see them all the time. All the time. Like, all the time. And then when it's just like, "Oh, I can see a little more of it. Let's go to war." So, I don't know. But yeah, it says it's temporary. I'm just suspended. Just like school. Same deal. Hey, how do I learn my lesson? Just send me a thing that says, "Hey, don't. Because the only reason I did it was because another time I was like, "Ooh, there's got to be some slight nudity in this. Like, should I avoid this so I don't get banned?" And some people were like, "No, don't be crazy." But it's true. It's true. Anyway, usually I'll keep the more neuter ones off stream, and then you gotta buy the books to see the censored parts. And I'm gonna just censor them on Instagram and stuff all the time anyway, just to be safe. Just to be safe. Anyway, I thought you said you were dud. Let's be dud now. I want to drink some more orange pop. Can I have some more orange pop? Can I have orange pop? Can I be your baby Yoda? Can I just be baby Yoda reaching for stuff and you're just like, "Hey, not today, little guy. Not today. You can't drink pop. You're too little. You're only 140 years old." Which is basically true. You're super old. But no. I'm not giving you any reaching animation. And as per usual, thanks for stopping by. Twitch. I don't know, you already only give me a 1 emote slot, and my job is to draw 57, 65, 120 emotes for people because they have all the emote slots, and I get 1? I get 1. I make all this production value. And I know you're not watching anymore, Twitch. I know you're not watching anymore, unless you're smart and you're like, "Ooh, we keep an eye on the stream after we block it." Anyway, I'll be back. Always come back. Ripley. Hey, sweet angel. Sweet angel. Sweet angel. Throw up the credits. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. And I always, make sure I assume everyone is Bob Rossing along. Make sure to post your sexy dinosaur that you drew, as I gave very explicit instructions. And yeah, post yours in Instagram, hashtag it no such thing as grownups, and I'm sure I'll find it. Good night, and good luck with, I don't know, whatever. All the things. All the things. Just can't find my credits. There we go. All the stickers on my buttons are curling up, so I can't see nothing when I'm trying to find the thing to switch to the next thing. Can't see it. Which, oh snaps, I lost the rhyme. Oh, hey, is this in time? I don't know if it's syncing with. The more I sing, the more my sinuses fill. I didn't even finish outlining with the nice brush pen around the edge of this. That's fine.